Hi everyone, we're here showing off tower number 1 and tower number 2, all the work that went into it. Got the 3D printer and the failed print, so I'll show them first. So this is a prototype that came up pretty strong for this piece here, but wasn't thick enough and I was concerned it would break. So although it can hold my weight, okay, there you go. Can't hold my weight, so I thickened that way up, and that one definitely can hold my weight, 80 kilos. Big blobs of death. So that's a printer failing. Not fun. Other print fails. Very painful. Lids that didn't quite fit. And these is this one here. So you got a beautiful thread. That's just silicone to stop the light coming through. That's thread tape. This gets put in there to stop it leaking down there. So this is a service hatch, and as I put bigger plants in here, tomato and other things, the roots come down here and they would block up the drain. So I can take this off and put my hand in there, rip out the roots, and carry on. Get my so this is the bottom part. This bit here. Very strong, very thick, very steady on it. Can hold all my weight. Very strong. So I've got heaps of them, 4 more towers. This is the thinner version. I'd only use that on a smaller tower. And then these here, where are these? Well, these are a fail, so all 4 of these I don't know what to do with them. So if anyone, family that I know that live in Perth, want one of these, you can have it for free. We can put a funnel on the bottom. But I made this top bit too narrow, and I was concerned that it could come out too easily, so I had to do another print and raise it a little bit higher. Don't want it coming out. This one's really more sturdy. Very painful with all the prints. And then let's have a look. Probably the best one to pick. So, not the healthiest roots. You'd hope to see them more white. Maybe something's missing in the mix, but we're still getting some growth. There we go. I'll just do one more walk around. So that tomato plant now I transplanted from another thinner tower, 90, and put it in this one. Because it can't stay in a 90, it'll block it up. And then this is a whole bunch more bok choy in here. So these are all bok choy in all these towers, as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 of it. And then I put too much lime, trying to bring up the pH, and I went way over, and now I'm sitting at 7.6 pH, where you want it below 7 for growing, so I'm probably having issues with that, for sure, but with growth. But some things are doing well. Like the zucchini there, check them out, zucchini, chilies. And this is insane tomato bush. There are lots of tomatoes coming up in that, and corn's on the way. There's a tomato in here. Some tomatoes. Look at that zucchini. Pretty big. Two on the way. Ooh. Some of them up. Yummy. So this is a strawberry plant, moved over from this setup on the wall. I'll show you. So I took all the strawberries out of here and here. They're all root rot. I lost a few that died. Now, I think a combination of a few things, but basically the water's gotten too hot and caused root rot. See, this tomato plant was absolutely booming, doing fantastic for like 6 weeks, 2 months or something, and then it just started getting sick, and I think the temperature of the water got too high. I could have killed these just by having that set up. Additional, it's all connected, so that's all the heat exchanger. So over there is heating up the water, so is this. That tank being exposed to the sun is also heating up the water in there. So the water gets, it probably got to 33 or something. I remember feeling 34. I remember feeling the water, and it was very, very warm. Let's see what it feels like now. So that's not too bad. Today's not very hot at all, and they're off. Those two aren't grabbing any heat. But I should be able to get some tomatoes out of this anyway, even though it's sick and dying. I mean, I already had 1 or 2 down there. And I guess a bit of the test, we'll see how long do these guys last. These tomato ones, before they get sick. But so far so good. See how it's all white? Well, that other one's a brown mess. Real brown. A real browny mess. Let's have a look. Yeah. And then this one. There we go. So far so good. It's not fun when you do all this effort and they get sick and die of root rot. Cucumbers coming out of here. I've got 1 cucumber off this so far. So that's a wicking barrel. So you just look down there and see what level the water's sitting at. I think now it's sitting at like there or something. Yeah. And I'll finish this video up with this noisy air compressor. So this air pump is running at 12 volts. Sometimes I run it at 6 volts, which is half the noise and half the air. But I figure I'd turn it up and run it at 12 for now, which is still half of its full capacity. It's a 24 volt one, because it's too noisy at 24 volt. so that never turns off ever, and or it turns off only when I want to drain it. So what will happen, I'll leave this for like 2 months, and then I'll turn it off for 24 hours, and then all the solids fall to the bottom, and then I open up that outlet, and then I fill those two in other buckets to get my liquid fertilizer without any solids in it, is the idea, and just repeat that process. We'll call that a mineralization tank. Got some rakes and stuff on the wall, a hose on the wall, on the tank, and some more garden tools I put up. There you go. Well, now I get to throw out those failed 3D prints. I kind of kept them for this YouTube video. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Hope it inspires you to grow yourself. Bye. So, yeah, move this out the way. So I thought I'd narrate some photos from the backyard. So this is the tower that I built with an 80-litre reservoir with a ex-olive drum cut in half in the bottom. I went and added the air stone and regretted doing that today. I found a whole bunch of mold in there where there was no mold or any condensation in there, but so putting that was a mistake. So I had to remove that, clean the mold, and then hopefully the mold doesn't come back. Clean that with vinegar because it creates too much. As the air bubbles pop, they create condensation in the air. So moving on. So those plants have come up pretty good. Some mint. This is a couple of days before I've just recorded with me showing the failed prints. Zucchinis, that's in a 150mm tower. So I'm pretty impressed with that. They're the ones on the left there. Cucumbers, this is in a system where the water pump was stuck on for like a year and nothing was growing, and I didn't catch on because there's no fish in it. I was just thinking, oh, there's no fish in it, nothing's growing, even though I was adding some teas. And then as soon as I fixed that and the water was able to turn on and off and allowed oxygen to the roots, pretty much 24 hours later everything started growing. I had put a whole bunch of Thrive in there, and that seems to be making everything go insane. I've got broccolis growing with heads, broccoli heads. And this is a whole bunch of rescue plants from hydroponic barrels in the ground where it got too hot and too much root rot. So all the eggplants and strawberries, just trying to save them. And that is my little build to hold up the tools. These photos didn't come up too good. And I showed this in the video. And there's the strawberries. I already got rid of the top ones, and I had to get rid of the bottom ones. All the roots were black, not even brown. Like there was a lot of black. And that's a photo inside the tomato plants that I just showed you then in the 150 pipe, and the brown roots sit. And that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.